Welcome to Rise and Shine Daily Business Tech Boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and break them down into bite-sized tips you can use right away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine, it's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 393 today. Gee, I'm having trouble with those numbers at the moment. I want to talk about setting your business up as a small operator, particularly if you work alone, or if you're a little bit like me and you have yourself and you've got subcontractors that work for you, but you're trying to create a team. And yeah, okay, let's just go with that one, shall we? Let's start there. Small operators, micro businesses, very small businesses, remote businesses where you might work from home, you might have other members that work for you on a more permanent basis, but they also work from home, and you need to be able to communicate with each other. The biggest thing I ever see when one of the big things I see when I see people set up a business is using a phone number. I always recommend that you have a phone that you need to have a phone number for your business, because you need to be able to let your suppliers ring you. You need to be able to, your phone company, your electricity company, they all need to be able to contact you. Whatever it is, you need a phone number for your business. Sometimes you will decide that you're just going to use your mobile phone, and you're going to use your mobile phone number, and you hand that out to all your clients. You put it on all of your business cards. You get 12 months in, 18 months in, 3 years in, that number is now out there in the open, and you get phone calls. And you get phone calls at really weird hours sometimes. And sometimes subcontractors, sometimes clients don't understand boundaries, and they will just ring you. They'll ring you on a weekend. Oh, hi, can you do this job for me? Well, no, I don't work on weekends. I've got that in my contract. I don't work on weekends. And you have to turn your phone off. Yeah, people say, well, it's fine, just turn your phone off. Well, sure, but if you turn your phone off, then your friends and family can't contact you. You can't use your phone because it's out there and your clients are using it, or your subcontractors are using it, when really you just need to be able to get some time away. If I go back to when I was a younger woman and I think about it, we had office phones. We didn't have to worry about it. You leave the office, you leave your business stuff behind you. Even when mobile phones started coming out, we were given company phones. If we needed a mobile phone, we were given a company phone. We had a company number. That was the phone we used. If we had our own numbers, sometimes we were allowed to forward the business phone to our own numbers and just carry the one phone, but our customers had our business phone number. In our small businesses, in our remote businesses, we clearly haven't been doing that. And the reason I raise it is this is something that I actually found very challenging as my business grew and as things got busier. I found I was always on call. Always. I couldn't get away from it. Every time the phone rang, or just about every time the phone rang, it was someone else who had a problem. Oh, sorry, we wouldn't normally ring you, but this is urgent. And, all power to my customers, and I love you dearly, and I love my clients dearly. And it is urgent to you and your client at the time they make that call. It just might not be urgent enough for them to call me now, or for me to deal with it. It might have to be something that just has to wait. Maybe I've got someone else on who is actually handling all that for me for the weekend so that I can get away. Just some examples of what I'm talking about here. And I know a lot of my small business clients themselves struggle with this. So the reason I'm talking about this is to say to you is that when you set up, or even if you are set up now, there are some fantastic technologies out there that will allow you to take a separate phone number that you can use for your business, that you can have ring on your mobile phone, but it will give you a different number to call or your clients a different number to call, that you can then decide whether you want to answer it or whether you want to just send it to voicemail, do whatever it is you want, and allow you to still have your phone and your own phone number so that your friends and family can connect with you. So let's talk about some of the ways that you can do that, shall we? First of all, with the new phone technologies, you have eSIM technologies, and most phones these days, or most high-end phones these days, come with dual SIMs. Now, what does a dual SIM mean? Dual, D-U-A-L, two SIMs. What does that mean? It means that you can have two SIM cards in your phone. And I'll come back to what type of SIM cards in a minute, but you have two SIM cards in your phone. You can have two different numbers. The two different numbers will ring your phone. It will tell you which number is ringing, and you can decide whether you want to answer it or not, or whether you want it to go to voicemail. You can decide which number you want to call out on. There's a little bit of tweaking needed to be done. If you want to ring out on, you can have your default number that you ring out on, or you can do a little bit of tweaking and say, I'm going to ring out on this one. So if you've got to make a business call, you can ring out on your business line. If you need to make a personal call, you can ring out on your personal line. Up to you how you handle that. So you can use the two SIM functionality in your mobile phone to deliver that for you. It's actually a little easier. That a lot of these phones will have, I've got to be careful with how I say this. Some phones will have two physical SIM cards, so you'll need to go down and buy a second SIM card and put that in your phone. Up to you, and you can have it on two different plans. You can have it on two different carriers as well. If you're like me and you travel in the country, you might want to have an Optus one and you might want to have a Telstra one, so that you've got both covered just in case you get stuck out in the country where there's no one of the providers doesn't have any coverage. Just a thought. So you can have your two different providers. You don't have to be with the one provider for both cards. It's entirely up to you. You can also, a lot of these phones also have the capability to have an eSIM and a physical SIM. Now, eSIMs are amazing. I have been using one now for 12 months. Absolutely astounding. An eSIM is one that you buy online. You download it into your phone. You follow the instructions to install it, and it acts like a physical SIM, except it's a piece of software that runs on your phone, and it gives you exactly the same functionality. You can have the dual SIM functionality. You can have a physical SIM and an eSIM in the phone, and decide which SIM card you want to use when you want to use it. So you can use your mobile phones to do it. You can split it out like that. It can be quite cost effective to do that as well, because you buy a prepaid plan, you just pay the prepaid number or the prepaid amount every month or every 3 months or however long you've got, and go that way. So it can be cost effective. It is just a little bit more complex to manage which number am I calling out on at which time. And so I don't actually use the dual SIMs to run my business. I use an eSIM because it's easier and I can change them around. And when I travel overseas, by the way, I can switch that eSIM out and use an eSIM from overseas and be on their local network and not get charged with the roaming rates as well, which is cool. Okay, so that's how you can use your mobile phone. It's one way you can use your mobile phone. You do need to check if your phone model will support dual SIMs and eSIMs and all those things. So have a look at that. The other thing you can do is take a software service, a digital PBX. Now, there are a number out there. I'm only going to talk about one because it's the one that I settled on, and I've been using it now for 2.5 years, I think. And that's 3CX. But there are others out there, so I don't want you just to take this as gospel that, this is the one you have to take. It's the one that I recommend. It's the one that I actually became a reseller for. I'm certified in it, and I do a lot of support for my clients on it. I think it's fantastic, but do your due diligence. But what a digital PBX is, it's a piece of software that runs on a server in the internet, and they bring the phone lines into it and then send the phone calls out over the internet. You might know it as voice over IP. It's the same sort of technology, or it's the same technology. But digital PBX. The benefit of you running a digital PBX is, one, you don't need the physical box in your area, in your physical location. So it can be a lot more cost effective. If you're looking at 3CX, for example, they actually have a free service where you can run like an internal PBX for your group and just run your phones internally. If you want to have external calls coming into that, you can. There is a small cost associated with it, or there is a cost associated with it. But you can have an external number that you publish out there and have it coming in. The other benefit of running a digital PBX generally is that you get a soft client. Now, what is a soft client? A soft client is a piece of software that runs on either your desktop or your mobile phone, and it acts as the extension. So when it rings, that's what rings on my mobile phone. It comes in. If you ring my work number, you will get the digital PBX. It will come into my digital PBX. It will ring on my phone. The benefit of it, though, and this is what I really loved about it, is that it allows me to bring my team in and let my team answer the phone as well. So if I can't get it, I've got it set so it polls us. So it will poll me first. If I don't answer, it'll go to Gail. If Gail doesn't answer it, it goes to someone else. If they don't answer it, it goes to the voicemail system, and we all get a copy of that voicemail to listen to, and we can say, well, we'll answer that, or we'll return that back. But that's why I love these digital PBXs, and particularly when you get the right one that's got the right price point for you, they make your life so much easier. Not only can you take an external phone number, not only can those external phone numbers, that external calls come in and ring on your computer, ring on your mobile phone. If you've got a IP handset, it can ring on your IP handset. It can also be used as a proper PBX queue. So you can have other people pick up the call for you, take that call, address it. If you want to have your team and you've got to step out to a meeting, but you've got calls coming in, you can say to your team, I'm switching this through to the queue. Let people answer that call for you. Up to you how you handle it, but you've got so much flexibility in doing it. So if you've got your mobile phone, you can use your mobile phone. You can get a digital PBX, and I'm giving you an idea of what digital PBXs can and can't can do for you. Your mileage may vary on different versions of them. You don't get too scared by costings either. You do need to dig into them because they can be a little bit confusing with how they're worded. There's a lot of assumptions made in terms of how much knowledge you have about what certain terminology means. So if you need a hand, reach out. Happy to have a chat to you guys about what the different terminology means. And I guess the third thing that I should mention is if you don't have a dual SIM in your mobile phone, buy a burner. Buy another phone that you carry around, and you have either a prepaid or a postpaid account on it with a number that you publish. The point is that I'd recommend that you have a separate phone number for your business. For your own sanity going forward, later on, it might be okay now while you're starting up, but for your own sanity going forward, get a number that is specifically for your business that you can turn off or switch through to someone else and allow someone else to handle the calls, or just go to voicemail so you can get some time out. All right, guys, just some thoughts on how you can manage that communications appear to be professional, or be professional, not just appear to be professional, but be professional in your businesses and still maintain that sanity and the fact that you will need time out every now and again just to be able to walk away and say, enough is enough. It's time for a break. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know if I've sort of glossed over something here, or if you don't think I'm selling things the way they are, or if you've got other thoughts. I'd love to know. The discussions are always great to have. It helps all of us learn. So leave comments wherever you are watching or listening to this video. Come across to my locals community. That's the best place to join the conversation. AskCharlyLeetham.locals.com. You can send me a DM on any of my social media channels and I'll get back to you eventually. Yeah, apart from that, if you can, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.